So I got asked, what do I think about these NBA moves so far? Did anything stand out? Not really. Not really. Not really. There's some nice economical moves, cute lightweight moves, second tierish, third tierish moves. I think that a lot of times not only just with saving salary cap, but I think a lot of times these moves are more somebody's hoping they get an Alex Caruso type, some kind of like I'd say a pinch hitter in baseball, or another personality that maybe catches something, because that's what we're seeing. A lot of role play. If you paid attention to the NBA Finals, the Lakers stacked, the Bucks pretty much play regular, Golden State mix and match, but it was like finding the right kind of journeyman. I'll actually point the finger towards Golden State, what Andrew Wiggins did. Because when Wiggins balled out, he was actually probably second contender for MVP in that finals in 2022. And you get somebody like that. Then you fast forward, Denver with KCP was huge off the bench. You know, Porzingis came in as a third wheel, was huge for Boston, made them look stacked. With Devon White, and it looked stacked. And then you just saw what OKC, with what they got with their heavy loaded, with the Pacers especially. So I'm thinking, but Alex Caruso was definitely an upgrade over Josh Giddey, and it was pretty much the difference maker, one of the difference makers. But I'm a firm believer that there is, it's like trying to find something like, because listen, you can't keep trading and expecting, these trades are ridiculous when you trading Durant for like 5 and 6 parts. Durant ain't in his peak in his prime anymore. It's like Rudy Gobert started that mess. You either be making a one-sided, lopsided trade, or you're making a deal where you're just trying to free up cash, but you're trying to keep it low on the stash. So if you get second, third tierish cats, somebody will pan out for you. It's about fit. It's about fit. Now, Drew Holiday originally did come to Portland when he got let go by Milwaukee, and then they got him for a dime a dozen. You know how that whole thing went down, and now and they Boston got him, and he helped them with the chip. But he's expendable now. He's older, and if he's not scoring, or the defense fall off, they looking at ways they can cut and what they got. Now Porzingis, who basically was strongest as a third wheel, who was drafted as a first, tried to flourish as a second, but he's more better as a third option, and he's been injury prone. And remember, they tried the 1-2 punch with him and Luka in Dallas, and it didn't quite work. So now this is where he's at. So this is a situation where, he's in Atlanta. So I don't expect that to last for long. But then again, he's basically a journeyman at this stage. That's what it is. And this is where the NBA parity is real. There are no more blockbuster deals per se, because all the cats that you're looking at are older and they didn't moved already. Curry's not gonna move. Kawhi Leonard ain't gonna move. James Harden I doubt is gonna move. LeBron is gonna talk trash. He ain't going nowhere. And Steph Curry isn't going nowhere. And at this stage, if they did go somewhere, it ain't exactly going to get them over the top, because they'd have to go to a team. And right now, we're in an era of parity where we don't know who could win, which is a good thing, because everybody's pretty much fundamentally all the same. So unless some juggernaut, obviously if you get something like Giannis or you get Jokic to somewhere, then maybe. But I don't really look at that. But again, we're all in a parity bowl, so there's nothing that's really dominant, because the hottest cat now might not be the hottest cat tomorrow, and a lot of it's just based on what they got as far as around in the cast. So I'm not really putting a lot of stock in what I've seen thus far. That's subject to change. But these NBA trades so far, they're more economical, and someone is trying to hope that they get a guy that fits, as opposed, because they're trying to. This is where they're playing economics. That's how I know a salary cap is coming, and I know there's going to be some kind of lockout or something, because every time you see some low budget going on, a lot of these guys are getting moved around. It's they're unloading, and you can unload because you got a lot of second, third tier cats now. The cream of the crop, it's hard to touch them, because cats are either locked in long term deals or they're old. That's the reality. We don't really, unless somebody like Cave Cunningham takes over, or Victor Wemby takes over or somebody like that, or Cooper Flack happens to be the real deal or something like that, we don't see anything based on what we got. We pretty much got everything in front of us. So, but it's going to be one of them small moves. It almost worked into a big move when you saw Julius Randle and Karl Anthony Towns traded. And those guys are what I considered second tier. So those are the kind of moves right now. The days of the big wheel. I know Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. And even with that move, AD's in a better situation if Dallas comes back healthy and they got, and obviously they got everybody's leftovers, the old chain gang of. But it's hard to say that there's going to be a big move that I'll sit there and go, oh, that's going to be a difference maker. I just don't quite see it like that. I see more second, third tier type of moves forthcoming for a lot of economic and other reasons. But anyway, let me know what you think. And do you see any move that you think is going to come down that's a big move? Because I think there's a more little moves. There may be some other moves. However, the moves I've seen so far, they small potatoes. They're just trying to hope up that they can hook up somebody that'll fit off the bench or play a role. That's what they're doing. And it's just a matter of keeping the cost down. That's where we are right now. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.